Mindset is everything when it comes to success in life. Whatever it is you want to do, whether it's running a marathon or half marathon for the first time, whether it's building a business, starting a business, whatever it is you're wanting to succeed in, mindset is everything. It doesn't matter how much information you've got. It doesn't matter what skills you've got if you haven't got the mindset. And I want to give you an example. I've just had my 47th birthday, and I've been saying for a long time I wanted to do a half marathon. The Great North Run runs right past my house, and I've always said I'm going to do it one day. Well, my whole family laughed at me. My son, even when he was a little baby, he used to cry when I said that to him, because I just have this reputation for being unfit. I didn't do a lot of exercise. I don't particularly like exercise. I'd rather read a book. So people just didn't believe I could run a half marathon. And because we live so close to the Great North Run, my son had seen the ambulances, going up and down the route when people had collapsed and things. So my son was seriously scared for me. But I always said I was going to do it. And I was putting it off and putting it off. And my auntie did it a couple of years ago. And she started in her late 50s for the first time. And she's done it 3 times now. And she was, she's been persuading me for a long time to do it. And eventually I said, right, I'm going to do it. And I put off the training. But eventually I got my nice new pair of trainers, very expensive trainers, and thought, right, I've got to justify this. I've got to get out there and get moving. So I did. And I followed the Couch to 5K app on my phone. And the first few weeks weren't too bad. They certainly weren't easy. I definitely am not or was not fit. So they definitely weren't easy. But they were manageable. And I got to week 4, I think it was, and it was a slightly longer run I had to do, and it was a hot day, and I'd chosen a route which had a bit of an incline. And I remember I was running and thinking, I can't do this. I just cannot do this. And I had to stop for a little while. And my mindset was definitely, I cannot do this. And I eventually got home feeling sorry for myself, walked a lot more than I should have done. Definitely in the mindset that I cannot do this. They're right, I can't do this. I'm going to have to tell my auntie I can't do this. But I'm a coach. I give myself a good talking to. That's what I do. I bounce back quickly. I've taught myself to bounce back quickly. I've taught myself to shift my mindset. So I realised, it was all down to my self-talk. And I realised that the last few runs I'd been on, my self-talk was not in the right place. I was getting round the route because it wasn't too long. I didn't have to do too much running. But the more running I had to do, I was in the wrong mindset to finish that run. So gave myself a good talking to, realised that I needed to tell myself I can do this, not I can't do this. I needed to tell myself I can do this. Whether I believed it or not, I needed to start telling myself. So the next time I went on a run, I would tell myself I can do this. I am a marathon runner. And when I do my affirmations, I always start with I am. And whether or not you've done affirmations before, it doesn't matter. Just I put them into the positive. And sometimes we think, well, telling yourself something like I can do this is positive. Change the can to I am. Stop believing you're doing it now. Stop believing you're in that frame of mind now. Your thoughts will turn into feelings in your body, which will turn into actions. So tell yourself, whatever it is you want to tell yourself I am whatever. So I would tell myself, I am a marathon runner. I am a marathon runner. I am a marathon runner. And even though I was only going to do a half marathon, I thought, well, if I tell myself I'm a marathon runner, half marathon's easy. And on the days when and that definitely helped. The runs definitely got easier. Easy might not be the right word, but less difficult. And when I went out on a day when it was really hot, and probably not hot compared to some places that you're listening from, but hot for the northeast and hot for what I'm used to, I would tell myself, or I would start imagining that I was actually running in the Sahara Desert, and that I was in a cool spot for now, that the weather had turned and I was in a cool spot, and I would tell myself, oh, isn't it nice and cool compared to how it was before. If I was going up a little bit of an incline, I would tell myself, oh, this is such a relief compared to that hill that I was running up before. So I would just be imagining that what I was doing was much better than what I had been doing before, because I am a marathon runner. I can do this. I am a marathon runner who runs in the heat. I am a marathon runner who runs marathons up and down mountains. So this, you can use this whether, or you must use this if you're struggling at something, if you're struggling in business, if you haven't got the right mindset, if you haven't got the confidence in an area of your life, let's say business, you can do the same thing. So if you are looking to build your business and you need to talk to more people about what you do, tell yourself, I am confident on the phone. I am confident talking to people about my business. I am a business leader. I am a world-renowned expert, whatever it is. If you're in network marketing, I am a diamond manager. Whatever it is you aspire to be, tell yourself that you are that now. And what would you be doing? How would you be feeling if you were in that place now? If you still find it difficult to imagine what to say, let's just say you're running and you still are having trouble getting into the right mindset. Let's just say Mo Farah's coach is running alongside you. What would he say to you? What would he be telling you? What would he be telling you to say? If you're in building your business and you're finding it hard, what would Richard Branson say to you if he was sitting right next to you, right here, right now? What would he say to you? If you're struggling with confidence and you don't believe anybody out there understands what you're going through, put yourself forward 50 years. What would you be telling yourself looking back? Would you be telling yourself, Julia, get a grip, you can do this. You are not going to waste your life. You can do this. You can pick up the phone. You can make that call. You can send that email. What would you be saying to yourself in 50 years' time looking back? What would you be saying to your children if they are going through that loss of faith or that loss of confidence? What would you say to them that would motivate and inspire them? And switch your self-talk to that motivating, inspiring, I can do this, I am doing this self-talk. You can do it. You can start the self-talk. You don't need to believe it straight away. Just start telling yourself and start taking those action steps, the baby action steps that build momentum, one thing at a time. When you look at the big picture, you could get overwhelmed. So big picture thinking is good for remembering where you want to go, but if you're in a place where you're a bit stuck, just one step at a time. What do you need to start telling yourself? And start telling yourself it now, and just take that one small action. Right, I'm off for my run now. It is quite warm, so I will be telling myself that this is lovely compared to the Sahara I ran in earlier. Bye.